Did I scare you? Huh? I bet I did. Hello everyone, welcome back to another supplemental here on Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews. Happy Halloween, everybody! It's another supplemental on Thomas's Halloween Adventures. This is not about the latest copy that is sitting on your store shelves right now, because Universal just keeps bringing this release back every single year, because there is no cool release. There isn't, oh, I don't know, a glow-in-the-dark slipcover, perhaps? Nope, none of that. In fact, your standard copy that you'll find on your store shelves looks a hell of a lot like this. This was from, I think, a few years ago, back in like 2019 maybe, 2020. It's not even in a double feature, like this one is, with Percy's Ghostly Trick, which actually makes sense, because Percy's Ghostly Trick is actually more Halloween-y than this one is. So, yeah, your standard release, as I said, that is on store shelves now, looks like this one. Hit Entertainment logo, Universal logo, all that good stuff. You also may notice that we are not filming this video during the daytime. I figured since this is a Halloween spectacular or spooktacular, I figured it'd be fun to switch up the scenery a bit. So it's nighttime with the flashlight on my phone on. So this probably doesn't look as good as it probably could. Enough with the setup, let's move right along to the item we're going to be discussing today. This is indeed a copy of Thomas's Halloween Adventures, but it is not a copy that we have shown on the show up until this point. This copy of Thomas's Halloween Adventures looks suspiciously like the one that's on store shelves now, right? I mean, the poster art is exactly the same. Nothing has been changed. It's got the cobwebs up there in the corners, the orange background. I do like this poster. I don't like this release very much, but the poster itself is really nice. The differences come when we take a look at the spine. Cartoon Thomas up there at the top, the DVD logo, Thomas & Friends logo, Halloween Adventures, Anchor Bay logo down there at the bottom. The back is also just a little bit changed because it's got the Anchor Bay logo down here at the bottom and all that. This is an original print of Thomas's Halloween Adventures on DVD. I don't remember what year this came out. I probably should have done my research on that before filming the supplemental. Apologies. You guys know what year this came out because you guys remember this information more than I ever could. For comparison's sake, however, here are the backs of the most recent reprint. Is on your left. And then the OG print is on your right. Pretty much the only thing that's been changed is this new link to the Thomas & Friends website, hit logo from this one down here. And if we pop the original open here, ooh, it's got a pamphlet. We'll be looking at that later on. There's your disc, squished up version of the poster art, and it looks really good. Let's take a look at this pamphlet here. On the front, we've got our poster art. Open it up. Celebrate Halloween on the island of Sodor. We've got our main menu blurb here. The cobwebs on the sides. Your pick a story section. Ooh, and it lists all your stories too. How convenient. Learn to count, which I think that's a game, so you can test your counting knowledge if you're failing in math, which I kind of did last semester. The Great Race, which is a read-along. It's not the Great Race from 2016. It's a different Great Race. Thomas and Bertie. Sing-along station. You've got 2 songs here. I don't know why they count the roll call as a sing-along song. It's on every release from this era. And then the character gallery, which is pretty standard on every release of this era. I always thought it was weird, though, how they only included Rusty and Duncan on the character galleries and none of the other narrow gauge characters. Like, why Rusty and why Duncan? That doesn't make sense to me. And the back features this classic photo here of all of these Thomas & Friends releases, and you'll notice that we are now in the era where DVD has taken over, because now the little oval says also available on VHS. It no longer says also available on DVD. VHS is now in the minority. I find that interesting. We've also got a little advert here for Thomas Books, so that's cool. Random House children's books, and then another link to the Thomas and Friends website. These pamphlets are simplistic. They're basically repeats of information that is included on the actual case, but they're a nice little thing that get thrown in, and they make these releases more of a collector's item on the aftermarket. And I would just like to say, before we move on, thicker plastic. This actually feels like a legitimate release in my hands, as opposed to this flimsy piece of junk. Would you look at all those Halloween adventures right next to each other? 4 brothers returned home. It's almost like Penguins of Madagascar or some other thing with 4 brothers in it. Can you tell it's late when I'm recording this? Because I'm literally just talking off the wall here. Anywho, we're going to jump right into the menu tour for the original Thomas's Halloween Adventures, because I don't remember if the menu has been changed or not. Alright folks, here we are for a menu tour of Thomas's Halloween Adventures. I am not going to hold up the case and show you that the disc is in the player because it is too dark in here to show that. It wouldn't even show up on camera, let me be honest with you. So as I mentioned earlier, I don't remember if the menu has been changed or not, so we're going to rapid fire through this because we basically already saw the menu on the pamphlet. So we have Play All Stories, Pick a Story here, our classic Halloween stories like Scaredy Engine's Haunted Henry, and apparently Thomas Gets Tricked, because I guess that's a Halloween story. Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon makes sense, though. We've got Diesel's Devilish Deed, Percy's Ghostly Trick, Toby's Discovery, Gordon and the Gremlin, The Fogmen, Bad Day at Castle Lock, and Percy at the Haunted Mine. I'm going to refrain from talking about how half of these stories don't make any sense for being on this release, because I've already talked about that in previous episodes of this very show. So Learn to Count, that is a game. Character Gallery, we don't need to look at that. We already saw that in the pamphlet. Take a look at the sing-along songs menu here. There's our 2 sing-along songs. Again, I don't see the reason why they include Engine Roll Call. It's on every release, or at least it was in this day and age. And then the read-along story menu. So short menu tour, short supplemental, because basically everything on this release we have seen on previous releases, but I wanted to make a fun little Halloween video here for you guys. I thought it would be spooky and fun to take another look at the classic release of Thomas's Halloween Adventures, and now it's playing because autoplay is a thing apparently, and I don't like it. Much like this release, I don't care much for this release. Come Halloween, which is today, the day I'm uploading this video, I will be watching Percy's Ghostly Trick because that is the true Halloween release. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching the supplemental on Thomas's Halloween Adventures. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a lovely and safe Halloween. I will see you all next time. Good night everybody.